Hello, my name is Mark Allen, SolarWinds Sales Engineer. In this guided tour, we will cover the key aspects of the SolarWinds IP Address Manager, or Ipam. Ipam can be installed as a standalone product or as a module of Orion Network Performance Monitor or Server and Application Monitor. Let me start by describing some of the key benefits of using Ipam. Ipam is a low-cost, easy-to-use software solution that allows you to manage your IP address space and multi-vendor DHCP and DNS services all through a web-based console. Some of the key features include centralized IP address management, reporting and alerting with user delegation for team-based management. Centralized DHCP management so you can leverage your existing Microsoft and Cisco DHCP services, including Cisco ASA devices. Manage Microsoft and bind DNS services using the same integrated interface. You can consolidate and change Microsoft DNS information from multiple servers and view this information alongside DHCP information, and add new DNS records in as little as 10 seconds. Using our interactive UI for split scope scenarios, you can now define high availability or load balancing split scope scenarios on your DHCP server in a few clicks. Create custom roles to limit user access on a per subnet basis, including setting DHCP exclusions and viewing related subnets. Historical IP address tracking so you can determine what device had a specific IP address at a given point in time. And the SolarWinds do-it-yourself deployment so you can be up and running in generally less than an hour. With Ipam, you can immediately start to see the benefits of centralized management and monitoring. This customizable dashboard summarizes all of your IP address information, highlighting high utilization and DHCP usage. It's a great way to view your most significant static and dynamic subnets at a glance. Once you have Ipam installed, you will want to add your DHCP and DNS servers. Use the Getting Started with IP Address Manager resource and click on Add DHCP Server. Please take note that these servers need to already be discovered using Network Sonar or by manually adding them as nodes. Choose your DHCP server from the list of nodes. Next, choose or create credentials and then test. Finally, click on Add DHCP Server. There are times when you may want to manage your scopes to provide high availability or load balancing. Ipam can manage existing split scopes and help with the creation of new ones. Creating a new one is a simple process. In order to create a split scope, first select an existing DHCP scope. Then click Split Scope. Give the new scope a name and choose a DHCP server you want to create it on. Hit Next. Now this screen is really cool. Use the slider to allocate addresses to each DHCP server. Usually 80/20 is recommended for high availability scenarios, where 50/50 is recommended for load balancing. Select your percentage values and click on Finish to complete the wizard. With Ipam, you can also manage your Microsoft and bind DNS servers. View, create, and modify host records, CNAMEs, MX records, and pointer records. Let's create a DNS zone. First, specify the DNS server that this zone will be applied to. Indicate the DNS zone type and set forward or reverse lookup. Next, set your DNS zone name and choose Zone Transfers. The default is every 4 hours, but this is customizable. Now let's edit a host record. Under Manage Subnets and IP Addresses, select an IP address. Click on Edit. Scroll down to DNS Record Details and click Add DNS Record. Type in the desired host name and IP address. Choose a DNS server and zone, and click on Save. A very important part of IP Address Manager is making a reservation for a new IP address. SolarWinds has made the process of reserving an IP address and creating its new DNS record quick and easy. From the Manage Subnets and IP Addresses page, click on a subnet. Let's use 10.199.1.0. You can see that we've already picked up addresses previously defined on the DHCP server we imported. To make a reservation, let's use the filter to show only IPs that are available. We'll select the first available IP address and hit Edit. Next, we'll change the status and the host name. These two fields are required, but additional information can also be entered, including the creation of DNS records. From this, you can see how easy it is to create a DHCP reservation and DNS record all in just a few clicks. Ipam actively scans the network, and if it detects duplicate static IP assignments or duplicate IP provisioning from a DHCP server, it will trigger an alert with the conflict information, including MAC address, which is key for troubleshooting. This information will be displayed in the Events resource and in the Message Center, where you can filter for IP address conflict. If you have User Device Tracker installed, additional information will be shown, including port, switch, and user logon details. Let's take a look at some of the enhanced permission controls in Ipam. If you need to have different permissions for each subnet, Custom Settings allows you to select which users have access to a particular subnet and designate an access level. This gives the administrator very granular controls over who can edit, make changes, and even view each subnet. I'll select one of our existing subnets and click on Edit. In subnet properties, we can grant specific access control to user. This is found under the account roles. With SolarWinds IP Address Manager, controlling your IP address space is easier than ever, all from within a centralized web interface. We've made it simple and flexible, and most importantly, affordable. To download a free trial of Ipam or any of our SolarWinds products, please visit solarwinds.com.